Tell me what it was like growing up in Philly.
Oh, man, growing up in Philly was a beautiful thing for me. I ain't gonna lie. Growing up for me, it came from a lot of culture. Um, the basketball culture, the rap culture, um, the African American historical culture, the street culture. You got the Black Mafia, the JBM, and all different types of things. You got a lot of homegrown groups and whatnot come from a golden era, of Philadelphia rap era. You know what I mean? So like growing up in Philly for me it was school of hard knocks. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, I grew up in prison. For me, I grew up in the Pennsylvania judicial system. I mean, penal criminal system. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like I grew up at the placement, then jail at the jail, then prison. Prison at the prison. You feel what I'm saying? Penitentiary at the penitentiary after that. It just escalated from one thing to the next. I kind of like grew up in jail. I missed a lot. I wasn't really home like that.
How much time in jail you did?
All together,
Yeah.
I was locked up from 11 to 13. Came home. All together, I did about like a combined like 12, 13 years all together in the system, inside somebody's place, like out my life. I would say more than that. I was locked up from 11 to 13,
All right.
from 13 to 16.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm from Far Rock.
Yeah,
When I was growing up, it was
Yeah.
like probably L.A.,
Yeah.
Chicago that was known for
Yeah.
really giving it up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, like, I ain't really see Philly giving it up like that when I
Yeah,
was
that's
when I was
'cause
growing up.
I come from a town where
Like-
social media wasn't really a thing. That's a new thing now. And those places that you spoke about kind of influenced the I want to say the visuals that you see, the awareness that you see of what's going on in Philly now. That's not really a Philly culture that I'm really from. So to have other people aware, or it's always those who know type of thing where I grew up. You get what I'm saying? So like the Chicago culture and the LA culture where the gang culture was on blast and things like that, man, it wasn't like that in Philly. They wasn't promoting the JBM and that man or the Black Mafia or when the Shower Posse was even in Philly. It was a big thing.
Yeah. So when you was growing up, like, who was your peers? Like, who did you grow up with? Like, who some
In
of
Philly?
the people? Yeah.
Like notable people?
Yeah.
I grew up with everybody. Like you got to really name somebody. I really as me personally, I grew up with a lot of the rappers in Philly, and on a street level, a lot of them wasn't in the street. Like we talking about school, we talking about running across them in rec centers and stuff like that, but running across them in like placement or running across them in prison or nothing. Like I told you, I grew up in there too. So like on the school side of things or the grown up side of things, I grew up with the Chris and Neef, and I grew up with Joey Jihad. I grew up with Stacks. He locked up, Free Stacks. I grew up with it's a lot of dudes in the city. You feel what I'm saying? It's I'm from North Philly, so it's like I'm from North, where a lot of the main rappers from my era is from. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I grew up with a lot of dudes and interacted with a lot of different dudes. Me and Leek Moss, we come up together. We childhood friends. That's how we know each other. We don't know each other from rap. We know each other from childhood friends. So like I know Ab through Leek, and that's
Rocky Bag. I mean, I'm bugging. Shout out to Rocky Bag. That's crazy.
Rocky, the female.
Nah, fake bitches hero. Rocky.
Yeah, shout out to Rocky. I ain't grow up. I'm older than her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know her brothers and stuff like that. Like I'm like one of her brothers. I'm
A
38.
generation older than her?
Huh?
Like a generation older than her,
Yeah,
probably?
I'm like 2 generations older than her
really?
probably. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
she young. She young. But shout out to Rocky. Rocky really
Yeah.
First of all, Rocky can rap. We know that.
Yeah,
Like
she
Rocky,
talk.
she talked that talk, and she showed love to a lot of the artists in the city, especially me. So shout out to Rocky for sure.